another review of Sisters on BET. So let's just jump right into it. We're on season 4, episode 13, and it's entitled Shaking in the Rain. I don't really know why, but it's called Shaking in the Rain because I don't think nobody was in the rain this episode. But we're going to go with it. Okay, so Andy is scrolling through this nice-ass penthouse that she did not want to live in. Need I remind you? Gary is calling first thing smoking, begging, baby, baby, please, Gary, cut it out. And Andy feels as if she has a sneaking suspicion that Gary knew that Robin didn't stay over last night, which is why he has all this confidence this morning in talking to her. He knows that she didn't have any company, and she knows that he knows that she had no company last night. He claims that he had a feeling and that the Robin story was all made up just to make him jealous. No, motherfucker, you got cameras and shit in the house, and that is why you know for sure that nobody stayed the night last night. Andy's getting hip to your game, and we been hip, so then there's that. All right, so he requests dinner again. She denies again because she has dinner planned with Robin. I don't know if that is true, but she tells him that she has dinner planned with Robin. He proposes lunch, and she's like, I got lunch with somebody else. And then he's like, well, damn, when you gonna save time for me? Sir, attitude. You got to get in when you fit in. Like, you're barely in good with Andy, so I don't know why you got attitude. But he got an attitude because she's not making time for him, even though she said long ago that she would fit him in where he fits. You don't fit in on today's schedule. You're going to be all right. And he wants some time, and she's, again, getting more and more hip to his BS. And so she's like, whatever. Gets him off the phone. So then she calls forgot his name, but the stripper dude. She calls him and requests that he, comes to her house later and does a sweep to make sure that there's no cameras or tracking equipment, anything on her stuff, which we are more than sure that we're going to find that in her house at this point. All right, so Karen and Aaron. Oh, Karen and Aaron. Need I say, this episode was jam-packed with a lot of stuff. And I say that because my notes is like 2.5 pages, and it's a lot. Anyway, I'm going to try to condense it. But Karen and Aaron are at the doctor, and this episode pissed me off because I thought we was going to have... Just listen. So Karen and Aaron are at the doctor, and she's just very nervous, but she really acting like she's not nervous. And so Aaron catches on, and she's still being short with him, like, don't, trying to keep him humble, like, don't get your hopes up. This ain't your baby. Let me just prove you wrong, basically. But she's still nervous because, girl, you don't know for sure. All right. So he asked her, if she wants to leave, and she's like, no, I'm already here. Why would I leave? And he gives her, because she's cold. We know hospital rooms, those types of places are always cold. And, even though she's giving him the cold shoulder, he gives her a hospital gown to keep her warm. And she asks him, why are you so sweet to me? And she tells him, like this Mr. Nice Guy, basically like, when this Mr. Nice Guy facade gonna fall away and you gonna really be yourself? And he says, it's not gonna go anywhere because my mama raised me right. And then she realizes, like, hey, you never really talk about your parents much. Who your peoples? And he's like, they're just regular old Midwest. Girl, slow down. They're just regular old Midwest working class people. Pretty much, just a mom and a dad working factory jobs, and that's about it. Really nothing more to the story. How about yourself? And we learned that, we all know Kim, the gun-toting Harley rider, which is her mama. And her father, she tells him, like, that's a bit more complex. And I'll tell you another time, another place. I don't feel like dealing with that negativity at this stage of my life, but it's complex. She'll tell him more after the baby gets there. And she tells him that it's real sad and, she ain't got no space for it. And I felt a little bad for Carrie. She get on my goddamn nerves. I felt a little bad for her. She let her guard down for a couple minutes just to give us a little glimpse into the fact that she has the relationship between her and her father are sad. Much like the rest of us, child. It's probably just an ain't shit story like the rest of us. But, she let her guard down for a second and kind of let Aaron in. But soon after, we'll get to it, soon after she puts that motherfucking brick wall back up and, returns to her knowing that self. I'm moving right along. Hayden runs into Andy at the office. And he just got this little smug aura about himself. And he's just like, with your girl Fatima. And Andy's like, listen, leave, before he even gets into it, she's like, leave Fatima alone, leave that girl alone. And he's like, listen, it's too late. She did it to me. She tore up my house. I sent her to jail. You need to find another assistant. Pretty much. But before we get to that, Andy asks him, like, okay, since you worried about stuff, how long have you known Gary? And he tells her, like, I've known him a few years. And she's like, a few years, even though I only introduced you guys a couple weeks ago, right? And are you telling him, like, about Robin? Like, what's the tea? What y'all doing? And he's like, no, that's just my homeboy, basically trying to play it off. All right, cool. We got that lie out of the way. And he tells her, I sent Fatima to jail. And Andy's like, you sent her to jail? Like, why would you do that? You started this whole shit because she didn't want to talk to you. Why would you send her to jail? And he's like, it don't matter. I'm going to the partners. And Andy tells him, like, I hope you know you started this, and what you better hope is that she don't have proof that you started this whole shit with her. And he's like, listen, I don't care about none of this shit. I'll meet with the partners today. I'm getting her fired because she is a bad image for the company. And he's called the judge and told the judge, not to let Andy put up her bail or anything to that effect. And in this moment, Hagen solidified the fact that he needs to be assassinated. Because, sir, why would you do that? We know that people utilize the judicial system as a weapon against, and this is exactly what you're doing against Fatima, not because she's done anything to you specific prior to this moment, but because she don't want to be in a relationship with you. So you stalked this girl, you stalked her boyfriend, you set her boyfriend up to go to jail, then you baited her into jail, and then you nailed the coffin by utilizing the judicial system that don't already favor us to put this girl in jail. Hayden. Too much for me, and it's giving very much assassinated because you did too much at this point. And so yeah, he's gonna utilize the system. He's gonna put on his good code switch to utilize the system to throw Fatima under the jail, which is his goal at this point. All right, so Jake and Zach they're done studying for the FCA questions that they might ask him, which that was a short study session. What? Girl, I can't talk. That was a short study session because it wasn't long. Like, it was the same day. He hasn't found out about Fatima yet. Cowboy Preston is still there unpacking boxes, and it just wasn't much time hadn't passed. So what did you learn? I just happened to notice that. What did you learn? Because the FCA, that's the Federal Commission on something or another. That ain't enough studying for me. Like, I need you to have a binder. I need you to be committing stuff to memory, but we're gonna go with it. All right, so he says that he got Jake tells him he got the information down pat. We're gonna move right along. Merry Christmas. Have a good day. So Cowboy Preston comes back downstairs and he starts asking questions like, okay, y'all good? Y'all done studying? Who was he? Why was he here? And Zach is like, you asking too many questions. You be kind of vague. Are you done doing what you need to do here? And so move on to the next scene. We'll come back. All right, so the OBGYN lady, she finally shows up. Obviously, she's late. She congratulates the couple and says that Aaron would be a great father. Now you done made the block hot and you done made shit awkward because you assumed that they're in relationship. And that pissed me off a little bit because why are you assuming that people aren't in relationship? That's just the assumption that made an ass out of you and me. Because, girl, this could be my uncle. This could be my padre. You don't know who this man is. Just do my ultrasound. Tell me how far along I am in my journey and go about your business. He gonna be a great father. Just because he your homeboy don't got nothing to do with you. Annoying. Anyway, so now she got attitude again because the lady assumed that they were in a relationship. And she's also upset because Aaron wants to hurry up and figure out how far along she is. Just find out the date of conception and all this good stuff. So now she back to having an attitude. Child, I don't know why, but she is really hell-bent on this being Zach's baby. Mind you, Zach just got out of jail, but whatever. Moving right along. Danny's at the airport and she sees, I forgot his name, the who she mistook as a trafficker dude. They were supposed to go on a date and she stood him up. She saw him reuniting some girls with their moms, who I presume to be girls that were previously trafficked. He was able to reunite them with their families, and he had a moment, so he shed a little couple thug tears or whatever. And because he tells Danny, like, I've been trying to get these girls home for 3 years. And so, that struck a chord with him, and he was just overwhelmed with emotion, being able to finally reunite these people with their families, because we know in these instances, some people don't make it home. Like, they end up dead or never make their way home. So it was just a touching moment on the show. And so she gives him his props, and now she wants to talk to him and apologize for standing him up on the date prior. She wants to take him out to dinner, even though he got to pay. And in this scene, I do see that Danny, my dog Danny, she's softening herself, and she's letting him know how she feels. She's upfront, like, I may not be open. I got a few obstacles I'm trying to overcome, but I want to apologize. I want to see where this goes. Now, that could be bad news for Preston, but that's what happens when you play these whole games, fooling up with Zach. And it's opportunity cost you at the way, bro. Sorry about it. Not sorry. All right. So Zach and Preston are talking. They're finally done unpacking the boxes and decorating, and it just tickled my fancy to see that they had did the decorating in the house. They had did the unpacking. They had did while Fatima was presumed to be at work. They thought she was at work. Zach and Preston decided, Zach wanted to surprise Fatima by getting the house set up, because she was complaining about the dust and it being unfinished the day before. So they took it upon themselves to do the decorating and putting everything up and all of that. That was touching, considering that they consider that type of stuff women's work, or traditionally women's roles, or whatever they want to call it. It has a little change of pace, I guess. All right. So Zach is excited he's excited for Fatima to see everything. He tells Preston that why am I stuttering? That this is the happiest you know what? It's the wine. It's the wine. Just bear with me. He tells Preston that this is the happiest he's ever been in his life. It ain't no drama. It ain't no BS. It just feels unreal, and it's great. Sorry to bust strip over Zach, but it's got to be short-lived, because you're going to end up having to beat Hayden down in the ground, and Fatima's going to be fighting a case. But for right now, it ain't no drama, ain't no BS, and everything's copacetic. Great. All right. So, they're talking about their respective relationships, and Preston tells him, and he tells Preston, like, Fatima and Danny are a lot alike. They're strong-headed women, but they're just scared to let their guards down. And then this part of the scene gets a little weird, because he compares her to a puppy. There's the Caught in the Rain. There's the premise for the title. Caught in the Rain. He compares Danny to a puppy caught in the rain, and that she needs somebody to come in with a blow dryer and blow dry her. I didn't get the goddamn analogy, but we're just gonna go with it. So I guess he brought it full circle at some point. And tells him that Danny is basically just scared, because the analogy made me more confused than anything. He says that she needs a lot of work, but it's worth it, much like himself and Fatima. And speaking of Fatima, he's trying to find her. He ain't been able to hear from her all day. Her phone is going straight to voicemail. He done left her a message that, he getting concerned. I'm gonna need you to check in. Newsflash, she ain't gonna be checking in no time soon, because Sis is over here fighting the case. But we'll find out. We'll figure it out. All right. So Andy goes to see Fatima in the jail. Where Fatima is, Andy goes to see Fatima in the jail, and she's so upset. Like, she really want to put a hit on Hayden. She like, look, where we from, we handle it ourselves. And Andy's like, I know, but just let's try to handle it my way this time. Like, just calm down. And then Andy's like, she sees this tougher side of Fatima, and she acts like, she was like, girl, I don't know you at all. I don't, because she said she want to put a price on this man's head, pretty much. And she's like, girl, I don't know you. Andy, shut up. Because when she was about that life for Hayden, and you saw her in the parking lot, when she told you she had the boys put hands on her, you should have knew then, like, she was about that life. Stop, girl. please, if you want to go back over to Cupcake Land, then go over there and relax. But she also tells Fatima like it's gonna be a little tough because to add insult to injury, like this judge is very non-violent, and her and Hayden has history, which I presume to mean like they are friends. So it's gonna be hard. She's gonna try to talk to Robin and try to, hopefully that'll help her save her job, because her and Robin is kicking it or whatever. She's gonna have to try to see if they can get bond. She can get her bond from the judge, but it's gonna be an uphill battle. So we're gonna have to try to do this the legal way, because now this is how Hayden is playing it. We can't take it to the streets because now we're tied up in the legal system. Whew, that's unfortunate. You should have put the call in when you had the chance. Anyway, she tells Andy, don't tell Zach. Let's figure out about the bail situation first, and then if you can't get the bail, then we'll bring Zach in on the situation. All right, cool. We'll do that. And then before she leaves, Andy asked her like, was it worth it? And she was like, what you mean was it worth it? After everything he did to me? Absolutely. If I spent 1,000 days in here, baby, it was worth it. It was worth it every damn day. I mean, I don't, girl, could be. We'll see. If the bail don't come through, we'll see if it was worth it. Sure. All right. So we are at the bank, and Maurice sees that Sabrina's all smiles, and he was like, what kind of action you got last night? Like, what's up with the glow? And she's like, no, I just had a really good time with the dude at the bank, the restaurant owner. And he tells her like, you need to talk to Calvin. He's still got an attitude. And she's like, I'll talk to him eventually. I'm enjoying my life. I'll talk to him at some point. And at that moment, Calvin walks in with a check to cash, and she tells him that yes, I did. He asked her, do you want on a date? She was like, yeah, I went on a date. And then he was like, with who? And we know who it is. And she was like, yeah, he made me feel like a princess child, the fantasy of it all. And then, Calvin has an attitude and storms out. Nobody cares. And then a delivery truck shows up. The delivery truck shows up, and it is not only one bouquet of roses or a cart full of roses. It is a truck full of roses, which I don't know, a U-Haul truck, some type of truck. It's full of roses, and it is from the restaurant owner thanking her just for spending time with him last night, just thanking her for her company last night, not for anything more, anything less. And she's overwhelmed because her office is small and her apartment is small. She's like, listen, I can't take all these damn flowers. Like, we need to figure out what to do. And then she offers to donate them to the hospital, which is definitely a nice gesture. And he agrees. But the only way will agree to allowing her to donate the flowers is if she agrees to a second date on tonight, the same night. She was like, listen, I got to work tomorrow. We can't be out here till the sun come up. He's like, no, I have you in bed at a reasonable hour. She's like, yeah, in bed by myself, just so you know. He's like, yeah, I respect what you got going on. I respect your boundaries. Absolutely. And so she agrees, and then he tells Sabrina to give the phone to the delivery driver. And she does, and I don't know what this man said on that phone, but the delivery driver was like, you would do that for me? Okay, cool. Got you. So, and so he hangs up, and he tells Sabrina and Mark's like, yeah, I'm going to get a real big tip. Y'all go be great. I'm going to go on and do what I need to do with these flowers so I can get this tip. So, the man is just basically just throwing money at all these situations. Hopefully that won't prove to be a problem later on. We'll see. All right. So Calvin, I don't know, I probably messed something up earlier. But anyway, Calvin is at the bank now, and he wants to know where the flowers came from. She tells him who they're from. And now he's concerned. Oh, do you like him? He feels like she shouldn't like him because the man humiliated him in the restaurant. And Sabrina reminds him, because you started a fight and you didn't have to. And so he's upset about it. And again, he storms out. And then Q shows up with flowers for Maurice to apologize, I guess, for inconveniencing him last night or whatever. But the damn fool didn't have enough sense to take the card off the flowers. And Maurice looks at the flowers and says, Chad, these are Sabrina's flowers. Now, I don't know how smooth of a damn thief you have to be to steal flowers that didn't exist, because Sabrina sent all the flowers to the donation place. So did you go in her office? Did you intercept the truck and steal how did you get the damn flowers, Q? You was a smooth ass criminal. But Maurice is like, listen, please just go about your business. Don't just leave me alone. And he gonna say, yeah, I'll be on your porch when you get off. We need to talk, whatever. So he's back to the porch. Moving right along. Karen and Aaron. I am exhausted with these two if you have not deduced by now. All right, so Karen and Aaron. The doctor finally shows up and she has the results. And she is absolutely pregnant. She's definitely pregnant, but she's not that far along. She is surprised that the over-the-counter test was able to pick up the, don't get me the line because I don't have nobody's churn, the increase in estrogen levels. Is that how you detect pregnancy? I don't know. Y'all will correct it if it's wrong. But the doctor was surprised that the over-the-counter test picked it up because she's not very far along. And so she asked Aaron to step out, and Aaron was like, well, I thought you said I could stay. She's like, listen, we talked about this. Just let me get the information. Now, what I assume is you get this information so you can decide how you want to proceed, whether you're going to lie to Aaron or tell the truth. Because the only option, you only have two options. Either he the daddy or he ain't the daddy, depending on how far along you are. All right. So the doctor asked her, if they're dating, and she's like, no, we're not dating. Again, mind your business. Mind your business, doctor, because this is your second time minding business that ain't yours. And I say that because I have had to do that to doctors. Mind your business. Not as far as like who I'm dating or whatever, but you be getting too deep in people's personal lives. And you ain't got no business in there. Come on about my business. Do what I'm here to do. You're here to figure out my gestation. Am I 4 weeks? Am I 6 months? How pregnant am I? That's all you need to know. And so, what we found out is Karen is barely 4 weeks pregnant, and she is in shock. Like she got to brace herself because she is not that far along. Now, the way my brain's set up, I can't remember whether that means Zach is the daddy or Aaron. Wait, I think she had sex with Aaron first, and then her and Zach got together in the office. So if I am to presume correctly, that means that Aaron is the daddy. Because if she's 4 weeks along, that means I don't fucking know. I don't know how that works. But I think because she wasn't excited. If she was at the point where Zach is the daddy, she would be excited. So I think I'm assuming that Aaron is the daddy. Help me understand, because I'm lost on that one. But I think Aaron is the daddy, and she's trying to come up with what she gonna say to this man and how she gonna goop this man out of being this baby daddy, because she won't say to be the daddy. All right, cool. So that is it for season 4, episode 13. Hopefully Karen don't lie to this man and steal opportunity away from him to be in a child's life that he so desperately wants to be a part of. I don't know why you would go after Zach, because Zach is going to be less likely to be in that child's life than Aaron. But I guess, child, that is it. Tell me what you think about the episode. Like, comment, share. I forgot my outro. Share, subscribe, or whatever it is that you feel like doing. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.